that's how you do it. Hopefully you've watched the playlist on this bike. I've done the valve clearances, give it a good servicing, and you know, to give it a fair bit of fettling. It's quite a nice bike, but it always looked a bit tatty. In the last video you've probably seen I've put stickers and clear coat on the side panels and the tank, and I'm so fired up that despite the fact I was going to leave it for a while, I'm actually now going to get on and do the rest of the fairing. I'm going to have the side panels off and the bottom fairing, get them all ready, wet sanded, get the stickers on, and then after that the top fairing off as well and get the stickers on then. I'm going to leave the gazebo up, which is very useful for when you're painting and the weather's not quite as good as you want it to be. That was after the first round of wet sanding, and as you can see I've still got some shiny bits, so I'll give it another go at that. Now luckily the only really bad bit of damage is this here, and what that does, it sits right down near the belly pan. So what I'm intending to do is I'm just going to grind this back and have a look at it. I may put a little bit of filler in there again, let it dry well, just key it, and then a bit of rattle can black just to go over there. I'll make sure it's a rattle can black that won't react with the clear coat though. But overall they're not looking too bad. So a little bit more work and then I'll be ready to put the stickers on. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to file it up here a little bit. Going to pick this out and get the edge down, rough it up, put some filler on, let it go off well, smooth it down, and then I'll put probably a little bit of rattle can over it black, just to make sure it's black underneath. Now the interesting thing here is this is the sticker that goes in this area, and it'll actually completely cover the area where this is. Now I do know it may crack again and I'll get a crack here. It's something I'm going to have to live with. If I tried to fix everything perfectly, in reality I'd have to throw this away and buy a new set. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see how it works. Got a bloody clock going tick-tock every bloody day at this time, and a buzzing bee wandering about. Can you believe it? Right, rough it up a little bit, get some filler on it. Well, it's not a hole, but I'm pretty confident this is the fiberglass reinforced stuff that should be alright on that. I'll put a link in the description. You always mix far too much. I'm happy with the wet sanding and I've given it a good clean, but before I actually put the stickers on, I'll give it a panel wipe as well. And this little panel and the one on the other side has an amazing amount of stickers on it. I actually think I'm going to start with this one, which goes down in this corner here. Alright, and the reason being is the position of this one with the holes then feeds on to the position of that one, which I think I'm going to try second. The top of this one has that one going to it, so I need to think about the top here. In here it has this one, and the final one, there's hardly anything left, isn't it, is in the corner there, and that one eventually has to match up to the one that's on the actual the top fairing. So I'm going to give it a panel wipe. I'll start with this one, work my way around. We're in. Now on to this one. Black on black is really difficult, so the next one goes here, but as you can see that bit actually goes on the other panel, so I'm going to cut that off now, make sure I don't lose it. Left that to dry for quite a while now, so I'll just knock off the top. That's with a fairly harsh paper. Now I'll move to a lighter one. So I'll work on that until I get it smooth, then I'm going to put some black satin over the top of it. But remember, there's going to be a sticker over the top of that as well. On the belly pan, there's a section that goes here, and it seemed far too long, so I have already cut it down. But I actually think it might need cutting a little bit more. Just a tidgy bit. And then there's a Fireblade one that goes here. And there's a little gap at the top there that fits around where that is. On the other side, that actually comes around here, and there is a bit of the sticker that's missing there, so that it takes into account that hole, because it's obviously the other way around. So they are sided. If you put the wrong one on first, say the one for the other side on this side, I hadn't realised, you'd have to be cutting a bit out. Right, let's get them on. I'm going to start with that one. Funnily enough, the one on this side was harder to put on than the one on the other. Not for any good reason, just seemed to get a little bit of a bubble in the middle, but with a bit of heat and a bit of care and attention, I'm really pleased with that. After a bit of sanding and a quick spritz of paint, this is how it looks. Now what I'll need to do is wet sand it just before I put on the stickers. Oh, that went very easy. That's how you do it. Putting it together is always a bit fiddly, especially when you're trying not to scratch the things you've just painted. So you won't really get to see it until I've got it all into one piece, and then we'll have a good look round it. I am absolutely thrilled at how this has turned out. It looks beautiful. Some flaws in the paint and there's some trash in it here and there, but overall it looks absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to give it 2 or 3 weeks and then I'll look at perhaps machine polishing it to take some of the orange peel out of some bits and some of the trash. But until then I'm just going to leave it alone. Now, me doing this work on this bike's coincided with some of the best weather we've had all year, so just the time to have your bike apart. So what I'm going to do now is take it out and have a bit of a ride. I know I'll end up with some scratches on the side of the tank, perhaps a little bit at the back here. I really will do my best not to, but it's bound to happen. Anyway, if you want to see what happens next with this bike and some of our other projects, why not subscribe and follow along? But thanks for watching.